Hey friends, I'm CJ, and this is my industrial sewing machine. This is a Juki model LU562. It's a walking foot machine, and it has reverse. I'll go over some of the ins and outs with it and some of its features, and generally I'll show you how to use it. Okay, so this is the basic machine. Um, these here are your string tensioners. This is your bobbin case, your bobbins down below there. This is the reverse lever. So when you press it down and you give it the acceleration pedal, it does so in reverse. Over here we have a bobbin winder. And all these ports where there's little red paint, anywhere you see a hole, those are all oiling points. You want to make sure that you oil your machine daily if you're using it every day. Or if it's been set aside for a long time, oil it before you start using it. It's just a good practice to be in. So with thread, the thread that we use, this is a Kona thread. This is SunGuard. It's UVR bonded polyester, B9216. It's a good heavyweight thread. It's great for automotive upholstery and for marine upholstery. Has really good color fastness, and the nice part about it is you can spin up any color bobbin that you want to match so that your top thread and bobbin thread do match. Pre-wound bobbins are available. These are pre-wound bobbins. These are black SunGuard. Size G is the size that this machine takes. Different machines take different sizes. So that's one thing to note. So you should know what size bobbin that your machine takes. And again, they do just fit down in the bobbin case here. There are a few different type of feet that you can use on this machine. Here in the middle, this is the pair that I normally sew with. This is called a welting foot. It has a groove on one side to allow clearance for your welting to fit through, and you can sew right up tight to the edge of it. This really makes the job go a lot easier. I have this machine on, or this foot on my machine 95% of the time. I do have a standard foot presser feet set. This is a smooth bottom. And again, it does make it hard to do welting, but because I do so much of that in my seat construction, like I said, I just use the welting foot all the time. Now we do have these. One's a right and one's a left. Notice one of the toes is missing. That is a zipper foot. And these work together and allows you to get the needle up closer to the zipper teeth to give you a nice tight seam. And again, they do have a left and a right so that you can do both sides of the zipper. There are other attachments that you can get for this machine, such as folding attachments. They would mount onto this plate here, and it would guide your bias tape into the needle to make a folding process. I currently don't have those right now. I don't really use them for my upholstery needs, but they are out there. So if you're doing a lot of denim work, or if you're doing carpet binding, you could use those types of attachments. So this machine, it uses a 135 by 17 needle. You want to match your needle to your thread size. That way you're sewing properly and not making too big or too small of a hole when you sew through it. It really does matter. I can show you now how to adjust the stitch length. We're going to get the machine started. So this is my standard stitch length. So it's set to its base setting so that it gives it the longest length. You can kind of see there what it is between measurements. But to change this, we push this button here, hold it down, and then you rotate your hand wheel until you feel the detent engage, and it kind of stops right there. And then you rotate it clockwise, and you can look through this hole here and you'll see a wheel with different numbers coming around. You can't really see it on camera. So right here it goes to 32 stitches per inch. We're going to back this down to, let me see here, 11 stitches per inch, and I'll show you the difference. And you can already see that it's making many more stitches and you can see how much tighter that is. So this will be really good for if you're doing lighter weight materials that like to gather and pull. You know, it'd be great for denim and different processes. We could make this go to all the way, and we'll see what this looks like at 32 per inch. And that is 32 stitches per inch, which is really looks like embroidery, to be honest. But let's set this back. Right back to where we like to sew with it for upholstery needs. And that is how you change your stitch length. Okay, now I can show you what it looks like when you're sewing welting, like I spoke about earlier with the welting foot. This is just normal vinyl. This is the welting core that you put in it, and you fold it over, and then you stitch right up to the edge. And what this foot allows you to do is get the needle as close to the center edge as you can, because it feeds it through. So I'll demonstrate this. Just fold it over, and you can see as it feeds right past. You can see how that stitches right up close. And that'll give you a nice welted edge. Now you sew your next layer of material right up against this, and you'll have a nice edge like that. Okay, so here I have some white heavyweight marine grade vinyl. I'm going to fold this over a few times. So there's 4 layers basically, and we're going to give this a sewing. This machine does have a knee lift. You push it with your knee, it's right underneath the table, and you can lift your presser foot, and it gives you a hands-free option when you're trying to feed in material. Remember guys, always hold your threads when you start. I like to get a few threads in and then just clip the top thread, that way it doesn't get all bound up. So you can go slow, you can go fast. This machine will really do it. I could probably double this up to 8 layers or more, and this machine will still run right through it. So if you want to use reverse, press down on your reverse lever, it throws it into reverse, and you can do your back stitch. And that is a locking stitch. So usually when I'm starting sewing, I'll run forward a little bit, like this, and then I'll just back up a couple threads and then run right over it, and that locks it all in place, and your thread will never come undone. So we'll get up to 8 layers here. And this is what I love about industrial sewing machines. You can sew some really thick stuff. You could sew really heavy leather, and it really makes the job go so much easier. Let's see if we can get 16 layers. Let's try it. That's a bit much, but as you can see, it does it. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped guide you on your sewing journey. If you'd like to learn more about sewing machines, and auto upholstery, don't forget to like and subscribe. I have lots more content coming. All right, we'll catch you on the next one.